Hey, man, we, as promised, have a fun guest that we've been looking forward to having on our St. Patrick's Day special, and she's here now. Let's bring her on the line, and it's JOSIE Cotton. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Rev, how are ya?
I'm doing really well. How are you?
Well, I'm still kicking. I guess that's something.
Yes, it is. Are you in L.A.? Are you in Los Angeles?
I am in Los Angeles, and I've been here quite a while. I just can't seem to get out of this town. I don't know.
Well, this is Sister Tracy. Hi, Josie.
Hi, Sister Tracy.
You've kind of been in the showbiz and entertainment for a long time, so I guess Hollywood, L.A. area is the place to be, right?
Yeah, I would say that's one of the places. You know, you can go and meet other musicians trying to do the same thing. Austin, I'm from Texas, and Austin was a really great town for that, too.
I was just getting ready to ask you. I know that you were born in Dallas, right?
I actually was not born in Dallas, but I was raised there.
Oh, okay.
I was born in an odd place that no one's ever heard of, so in the backwoods somewhere, but... Nice. Yeah, I grew up in Dallas, Texas. That's a true thing.
I knew there was some kind of connection there. And I need to ask you this right off the bat because it's something I've wondered for a few years. I've wondered because my band and I have been coming down for a couple of years now to record in Los Angeles at Kitten Robot Recording Studio with Paul Rossler. And
that's right.
And I knew that I kept hearing your name and talking about you here and there. And I just want to know, like, officially, what's the story? Do you work there? Do you own the studio? What's your connection to that studio?
Well, Paul and I own it together, and we started it about 8 years ago. And I did come up with the name, so I don't think he was real sold on it at first, but it kind of grows on you. Kitten Robot.
Yeah. Well,
happen to love kittens and robots, so that really worked out.
Now, isn't there also another person? How does Giza X fit into the picture, or does he?
Oh, well, he has his own little studio now, and he and I used to be partners in Satellite Park and City Lab, and Paul was, I was always working with Paul because he's a great producer, as you know, and I've known Paul and Geza just since I first came to this town, just a long time.
Wow! So you came to Los Angeles from Texas, or no?
I drove straight here, actually, like an all-nighter.
Wow!
Or a couple of nighters.
And what year would that have been?
That was right in 1980. It was just really. Just rolled into town and fell off a truck or something. As the story goes.
Well, I grew up in Peoria, Illinois, and being from the Midwest back in the 80s, I had a copy of the Johnny Are You Queer 12-inch and on vinyl. And I didn't know, I just found out recently that song that you got pretty popular because of was originally performed by the Go-Go's and was going to be recorded as a demo or something like that.
Well, it was written with them in mind. The Payne brothers wrote that song, and they were producing the Go-Go's at the time, and thought that would be a great answer to why are all the cute boys gay? That was being asked by the band, and so that was that. And when they parted ways, they just had this song. They were actually trying to do a demo for it for the Warner Brothers, and so I was around, and so I sang the demo, and the demo became the record.
Oh,
so that was the demo. That was people. I don't know. There's a lot of different stories around it. I think the Go-Go's did finally record the song a few years back on one of their records.
Interesting. Because of today's climate with the whole transgender thing and everything's changed. Have you had any kind of flack or heat over the content or anything with people that don't have a sense of humor?
Well, it was funny. At first, I always thought it was hilarious, and just because the girl was so naive and had no idea what was happening, and
right.
and But it was taken as a religious rite. I thought it was obscene, and but in California, it was considered an anthem, really, for gay guys coming out, and so it was just a mixed reaction. The Catholic Church didn't care for it. I was banned in Amsterdam. And
awesome,
like
awesome. Now,
yeah, I know. I did kind of love that one.
Well,
how do you beat that?
As of May of 2018, Johnny Are You Queer ranks at number 80 on the YouTube. On VH1's top 100 greatest number one hit wonders of the 80s list.
I think it should be much higher. That song was so popular
and catchy.
You couldn't go anywhere without hearing that song. And even now, if I hear that song, I'm singing it for the rest of the day.
Well, it's funny, like, that song was so controversial. I always, people say it was, it was a hit song. I was like, it was more like an atom bomb at the time. It shocked. The whole world was pretty shocked by that song. And I was always surprised by it because I thought it was, just adorable. I don't know. I didn't see a problem.
If you just tuned in, you are listening to a phone chat with Josie Cotton here at the Church of Rock on KSKQ Radio. Following the conversation, we will be playing Johnny Are You Queer by Josie Cotton. So stick around after the chat to hear that, guys. And that song has made its way into a lot of movies and soundtracks, like Valley Girl, of course, back in the day. Jackass number 2 was in that.
Right, and A Date with John Waters. It was like disturbing love songs for the ages was the byline of that record. So
that's cool.
It's and I've just been trying to recreate my website and finding everything that was recorded of that song. And I mean, there must be 25 compilations with that song that I found that I had no idea of. That they were around, so people just someone was getting paid, but it sure wasn't me, so I don't know.
And now Screeching Weasel covered the song on their 1994 "How to Make Enemies and Irritate People" album too. Right,
the Screeching. I love that version of it. Yeah, that was really great. There was another band. I can't remember. There was a girl singer that it was recorded a few times, and always a little different.
Yeah, that's awesome. What an honor.
Are you currently involved in the music scene in LA? I mean, what do you
besides recording?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm recording right now, and I'm recording a new record, and I have a single coming out in Europe in the spring. But the crazy thing that happened was that we were just going through old tapes, and Paul and I discovered pretty much these lost tapes that I had kept recording when I disappeared from view after the second record, and I did an entire record, and we found all these tapes, so we were remixing them for a few months, just until recently, and so it's kind of a time warp. It's not a new record because it's old, but it's not a re-release because it was never released. So we're just gonna, just like throw it out into the universe and see what happens. But it's pretty. Brian Setzer's on there, and he's on a few songs and.
Wow!
So that's like going back in time for me. Like really.
Wow! Yeah, that's really
crazy.
Cool. Brian is so talented. I love that guy.
Oh my God! I mean, the consummate musician. He could just do a vocal without any, just straight through any kind of harmony, guitar playing. It was just a little intimidating, actually, to be in the studio with him. It was like, what?
What about
You did that in one take?
Yeah, right. What about 1984? Elektra Records issued your second album, From the Hip, and you had Lindsey Buckingham from Fleetwood Mac on guitar on the Looking Glass cover, right? That was cool.
Yeah, that was pretty cool, and that was a huge honor. I mean, he's like iconic and all that. So yeah, that was fantastic. To meet him when I was in England, I was finishing the record and met him with Roy Thomas Baker was producing him and me at the same time. So
So how did he?
How that happened.
Did you actually ask him yourself to contribute, or did you just become friends or something? Or
I think Roy just told him he had to do it. That's what I think happened.
You're going to play on Josie's record.
And you're gonna like it.
Yeah, he's like, play on it now, and I think that's what happened.
Awesome. And you've also appeared in a lot of movies. Well, not a lot, but you've done like your share of films, like Glee in 2011. You did Top Wing.
There was a few little things, and there was, of course, the Nomads.
Nomads,
which is
back in '86.
I don't know.
It was a good year.
It just, it's just a few little projects here and there, but it was fun. That was my venture into acting. Besides just the B-movie record I did some just on the record, just acting different characters. That was really fun.
Yeah, I heard you did the Invasion of the B-Girls album, which was composed of B-movie theme song covers.
Right, great songs from bad movies.
Wow, that's so cool. I've got to get that one.
I was getting ready to say, we need to have that.
I've got to get it.
No, I'll send you one. I'll send it up to you. It was so funny because, I recorded it quite a while ago, and it actually, Russ Myers was still alive, and I called, and he picked up, and he said, that I would be sued till the end of time if I ever recorded one of the songs from his movies.
Russ Myers.
And I went, all right, that's a go ahead for me. Like,
you can't get blood from a turnip, right? Just kidding.
Right.
What are you gonna do?
And then John Waters was going to sue me too when I actually recorded "Female Trouble" was one of the songs, and he was just saying you can't sing it. I wrote it, and if you sing it, then everyone in the world will be able to, record it. And he was saving it for something. So I still had that track. No one's heard that.
And that's saving it for something. Okay.
I think, yeah. I don't know.
That's my all-time favorite John Waters film, and Female Troubles is so classic.
Oh, it's amazing.
It is.
And he just asked me to take it off the record, but when I would do it live, it was it was really kind of a feminist song. It was just like, I'm fat and fucked up and fuck all y'all.
Oops.
I'm sorry. I just really made a big mistake there. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. It happens. So, yeah, that's weird that he'd be so protective. You think he'd be happy to maybe have a chance at getting more residuals or, people buying more of his movies because of hearing about the, the awareness of it or whatever.
Well, he was doing a compilation of Divine songs, and he was saving it for that. That's what he said.
I get it. I guess if he's, had a plan, I get it. I do. Sister Tracy, do you have anything else before we wrap up?
I always like to ask, I know that you've been, like I said, involved in the entertainment business for much of your life. But if you could go back, say, to your teen years or before and go down a totally different road and have a completely different career, is there anything that Josie Cotton is interested in or would have chosen to do if it hadn't been music?
Oh, that's a very nice question. I don't see how it could have gone another way. I really don't see how I could have not been a singer and a writer and all of that. That was something I could not do.
Well, we're sure glad that you did.
Thank you. That's very sweet.
Yeah, we really appreciate having you on. When I found out that you were, in on that studio with Paul, I'm like, I'm going to write Josie a little letter and see if we can get her to come on for our St. Patrick's Day special. So, yeah. Have you done anything for St. Patrick's Day or no? I mean, we had like St. Patrick's Day food.
Well, this is what I'm doing. I'm talking to you. That is my big...
Nice.
It's my big night.
Well, we appreciate you taking the time on this Sunday night. We're going to actually play Johnny, Are You Queer from, I think, 1982 is when it came out.
Yeah, I think it was on Bump. It was 81.
Okay, and that was with Greg Shaw on Bump Records, huh?
Yeah, good old Greg.
Yeah, rest in peace to Greg.
No kidding, he was one of the greats.
Yeah, thanks so much, and we hope to catch you next time we're down in Los Angeles at the studio recording, which we will be. Maybe we can see you in person next time.
That would be awesome, and I'm going to send you up the Invasion of the B-Girl record.
Awesome. I'll remind you of that without a doubt.
Thanks so much, Josie.
Okay. Thank you so much, Rev.
Thank you. The great Josie Cotton. Give it up, guys. Yay. Thanks, Josie. Take care.
Okay, take care. Bye.
Bye-bye. That was a really fun chat, Sister Tracy.
Yeah, she's super nice, super nice. So we're going to go ahead now and take us back to the time warp. I know you guys, anybody over 40 at least, has seen Valley Girl. It was actually Nick Cage's very first acting job.
Wow.
Yeah, so let's check it out.
Johnny?
Take us back in time
Johnny?
with Johnny, Are You Queer? By Josie Cotton, KSKQ, and the Church of Rock.
When I was a kid, eating any kind of soap was a punishment.
That's not how decent people behave.
But then again, so was getting spanked. The Church of Rock.